President Trump says he will increase tariffs on two key trading partners in a few weeks. The president said he'll be sending letters to countries starting today. Japan and South Korea got the first ones, which say imports from those nations will face a 25% tariff hike. Tariffs by industry or sector are excluded. Wall Street is reacting sharply to these letters, just like it did in April when the president initially announced his tariff increases. The Dow is down about 480 points right now. So let's bring in NBC News business and data correspondent Brian Chung and NBC News senior White House correspondent Gabe Gutierrez. Gabe, I'll start with you in Washington. These letters come as the 90-day pause on the across-the-board tariff hikes were set to expire on Wednesday. So what more are we learning about the evolving tariff policy from the White House?
Hi there, Zane Clay. Well, certainly a lot of mixed messaging from the White House. We just actually wrapped up a White House press briefing where Caroline Leavitt said that later on today, President Trump would extend his tariff deadline from July 9th, which was on Wednesday, now to August 1st. But as you mentioned, a short time before that, we saw President Trump post on social media those letters to two countries, Japan and South Korea, threatening 25% tariffs on imports from those countries. Now, we expect more of those trade letters to go out. The press secretary is saying about a dozen or so would come out later on today. And this comes after the administration promised 90 trade deals in 90 days. But so far, we only have frameworks of deals with China, Vietnam, and the UK. So certainly a lot of mixed messaging from the White House right now. Now it appears, though, that the administration is giving several more weeks in order to reach trade deals with more countries.
Yeah.
The Treasury Secretary saying to expect more details in the coming days, in fact.
Well, between frameworks of deals and these moving deadlines, Brian, there's been a lot of talk on Wall Street about tariff fatigue. What's happening on the markets right now?
Yeah, well, markets, as you pointed out at the top of this segment, are down. We'll see what happens in the next few hours of trading. Volatility is still very much back in markets, but you can see the Dow Jones down over 1%. You look at some tech companies like Apple down 1.7%. When you're talking about the two letters that the president published on Truth Social, which gives a little bit of a sampling, if you will, of the language that the administration is using in these letters with countries abroad, you can see that certainly these tech companies, automotive companies in many cases, you think of the Japanese auto exports to the United States. These are the types of things that will get more expensive come August 1st with the 25% tariff rate that the president has articulated, at least with respect to those two countries of South Korea and Japan. Again, what rates we'll see for other countries remains to be seen, presumably with those frameworks with China, Vietnam, and the United Kingdom. Those rates might be avoided or at least different because of those agreements, but we haven't seen writing. These are all parts of the concern that are weighing on Wall Street as well.
And in light of a lot of the uncertainty, I know NBC News has a new price tracker tool. Walk us through what the data is showing.
Yeah, well, look, there's been a lot of kind of, fanfare around the prime deal days that are beginning on midnight tonight. But here at the business team at NBC News, we're looking at prices to see if the tariff impacts have been put into effect, which might make people want to shop this week. We have already seen price increases in categories like kitchen appliances, smartphones, video game consoles, and stainless steel water bottles, likely due to the metal and steel aluminum tariffs, but no change to the other types of categories like apparel, jewelry, grocery items. But again, we'll have to see whether or not the tariffs bite in the months to come.
All right, Brian Chung, Gabe Gutierrez, thank you both so much.